How's it going, boys? Alright, we're going into year 3 with the Columbus Blue Jackets. In the last video, I showed you guys our lines. Hang on, I'll just bring it up again. And the question was, what do we do with Nail Yakupov? Do we send him down and trade for a left winger, or do we give him the chance? A lot of you guys were saying send him down, give him the experience, and also send down DeHaan and give him experience. So, yeah, we'll try to make the trade for Yakupov. Now, a lot of you guys were saying a lot of different players, a lot of powered forwards, two-way forwards. Remember, I was looking for a sniper, an older sniper, someone who's going to retire or someone who we can dump off at the end of the season, okay? So, we'll quickly just go to trading block first. Let's see who's on the trading block. Let's see if we can get anyone. Shane Doan, but he's a power forward, okay? So, power forward. I'm not looking for power forwards. Looking for a sniper. Somebody who can snipe it. Christian Huselius. Is he a playmaker or sniper? Is he a playmaker or sniper? Hang on, let me just check this. He's a playmaker, okay. He would be a good fit, but I'm looking for a sniper. An older sniper guy, okay? So there's Florida. Let's continue it up here. Florida. Sean Avery? No way. No way in hell. Volchenkov might be a good defenseman to pick up as well. His trade value is off the chart, though. I know. I want to save that. Filatov? How good is he? Has he developed into a good sniper yet? He's only 23. 70. No. He could get better still, but no. Need somebody good and old right now. Computer will go back this way this time. Any left wingers? No. Okay. So there's nobody who is on the trading block for it. Let me just check out New Jersey here. If I get Volchenkov, and do they have any left wingers? Parise, no, I'm not going to trade for it. No, can't trade for any of those guys, and no. Okay, so, no, I'm not going to get Volchenkov. I was thinking, because you guys were sending DeHaan down, if I could get a defenseman and a left winger from one team and somehow make it work, that would be perfect, but no. Alright, so we're going to go through team by team here. This might actually be 2 videos, because I'm just going to honestly go through team by team and see who the best decision would be. Okay, so forwards, we'll just search Perry, Ryan, Getzlaff. No, those guys are all way too high in the trade value. No one down here. No. Okay. Continue here. Boston, forwards. Krejci, Lucic, Horton. A lot of these power forwards and playmakers. What was Glaton Dress? He is a power forward, isn't he? Yeah, he is a power forward. Okay. We don't need that. Buffalo forwards. Tyler Ennis would kind of be a perfect choice, but he's 23 years old. If we picked up Tyler Ennis, he would fit in to our future. Grigorenko and Yakupov are going to take over when they're ready. We need somebody who can just fill in for this year, maybe next year, and then be on their way. Vanek, maybe? How good is Vanek? His salary's kind of high. He's a left-wing sniper. He's perfect, but he's kind of a superstar type of player. See how his salary cap puts us above, and I'm not going to be trading away anybody. I'll be trading away prospects for this sniper. So I think Vanek's trade value is just a bit too high. Brad Boys, though, is this guy a sniper? This guy's a sniper, right wing, but he could go on the left side. He's got good defensive awareness for a sniper, good poise. Yeah, Brad Boys would fit in perfectly, and he's got 1 year. Yes, okay. What about Vinny Leno? I think he's a two-way forward, isn't he? Villy Leno, my bad. I knew that too. Why did I call him Vinny? Okay. Brad Boys. Alright, so let's just put him up here for now. Alright, hang on a sec, boys. And defenseman. Is there anyone else I could pick up? Robin Regeer. He would be perfect. Greg Nanny. Weber. Greg Nanny, let's see how good. I know he got traded to Vancouver, but I'm just looking for somebody, because you guys said DeHaan sent him down, so if I'm going to pick up another defender, it needs to be a defensive defenseman. Weber's not bad. Weber could fill in, and he's got 3 years at 1.3. That might not be that bad. All right, so I'm actually liking that. Okay, so we'll remember that. Actually, write that down. What did I say? This is going to be this might be 2 videos, this deadline. I'm not just going to go through the first team that I find. So Boys and Weber from Buffalo. Alright, I'm writing that down so I can come back to it. Alright, so Buffalo, we got some players there. Alright, let's continue with Calgary. Camilleri, Camilleri would be good, boys, but same thing as Vanek. 6 mil, and he's only 31. Trade value is kind of high. We're going to say no on Camilleri. Tanguay, he's a playmaker. All right, nobody else on Calgary. Carolina. Skinner would be perfect. Trade value's off the chart, though. Can't afford him. Jussi Jokinen. Ooh, how about this guy? Let's see how good he is. Sniper, left wing. He fits in perfectly. He's actually a little bit better on the offensive side than Brad Boyes. Doesn't have as good poise as Brad Boyes, but still. Okay, so Jussi Jokinen, his trade value is kind of low too. And who else could we pick up as a defender? McBain. Nah, he's Kobina. He's got one. Nah, that's the salary cap would push it. Nah, salary cap. What about this McBain guy? Offensive, not bad. He's kind of young though. If I was to get him, I wouldn't want. Okay, well maybe. So Jokinen and McBain. Okay, we'll write that down as well. I like Jokinen over Boyes, but I like the combination of Boyes and Weber over Jokinen and McBain. So we'll just remember that. I'll write this down again. Jokinen. And that's from Carolina. All right, so we got two options there. Chicago. I'll go to forwards. Now, I was thinking Marian Hossa would be perfect, but his trade value is way too high. I'm not even going to try for that. Rene Bourque, he's not a sniper. All right, nobody on Chicago. Colorado, trade value too high. Vermette's the only good trade value, but he's a center. Don't need that. All right, so no for Colorado. Dallas, Louis Erickson, his trade value is kind of high. Looking for someone just a bit lower. Michael Ryder might be perfect. How about Michael Ryder? I know he's a sniper, 83. He's not bad. I like Brad Boyes and Jokinen over Michael Ryder though, so I'm gonna say no to Michael Ryder because yeah, I'm just gonna say no to him. I'd rather Brad Boyes or Jussi Jokinen. Detroit, Hudler, Franzen, no one on Detroit. Edmonton, yes, we got some amazing snipers on this team, but we're not gonna be able to steal any of them. Hemsky maybe. Playmaker. No, I don't want a playmaker. I want a sniper. I want a sniper. Forwards for Florida. Versteeg. Is he a two-way? Or is he a sniper? He's a two-way forward. Don't need him. Nope. Nobody here. LA. Kopitar, Richards, Brown, Williams. Justin Williams, maybe? Nah, he's got 2 years. Simon Gagne. Left wing. Two-way forward. Don't need him. Oh, Jason Williams or Justin Williams? I think it's Justin Williams. Yeah, Justin. Sniper, right wing. Ooh, he's actually pretty good. He's actually our best option so far. What's his trade value? His trade value is not that bad either. And he's got 2 years, so we could trade him at the end of this year. So if we put on Williams, do they have a defenseman we could add to? Too much. Green, 30 years old, 1 year left. That might be perfect. Matt Green, defensive defenseman. Yes, boys. All right, I think LA... So far, can I afford these? Oh, I won't be able to afford them, but I'll trade someone back. I'll be able to afford these guys. So Williams and Green from LA, I think that's the best option so far. Williams, there's our timer. What I say, boys? This is gonna be like 2 or 3 videos. Hang on a sec. Let me turn this off. LA, because I actually want to get these videos out so I can show you guys the options, and then you guys can so I can see the comments. So hang on, let me just do one more team. Heatley, Danny Heatley would be good, but his trade value is a bit too much right now. Setaguchi wouldn't be bad. His trade, he's kind of young in his trade value. No, we'll say no to Setaguchi. Granlund, no. Nobody from Minnesota. We'll skip on Minnesota. Montreal, everyone's got pretty high. Kostitsin might not be bad. Andre Kostitsin. Let's see. Sniper, left wing. Yeah, man. He wouldn't be bad. So Kostitsin or Kostitsin, whatever you want to call him. And defenseman could be... like, everyone's good. Like, Coberle would be good. But the salary cap and the trade value for all those guys. So, actually, I'm going to skip on Kostitsin. Because we have 3 other teams that we can get a forward and a defenseman. I'm looking for that right now. Nashville, Sergei Kostitsin. The other Kostitsin. And he's less salary cap. All right. And I'm sure they have a defenseman we could go for. So hang on, let me put him down there. And defenseman, Sabiza would be All these other guys, yeah, they're great, but their trade value is just off the charts. Spiza, two-way defenseman. Yeah, I could maybe get Spiza. His trade value is kind of, you know what? I don't want to get Spiza. His trade value is a bit too high, and he's only 23. Kostitsyn and Spiza. You know what? I'm going to put that down because we can maybe trade away one of our young defensive prospects and get Spiza back. You know what I mean? And it's like, and use one of our, yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Nashville is going to have Kostitsyn and Spiza. All right, that might not be a bad choice there either. All right, boys, so I'm going to end this video because we're going to come back and we're going to continue this. We'll go through the rest of the teams. But so far, we got 4 choices. Buffalo, Boys and Weber. Carolina, McBain, Jokinen. LA, Williams and Green. And Nashville, Kostitsyn and Spiza. All right, we're going to end this video. We'll come back and we'll finish off the rest of the teams. And that way, you guys can look at them and let me know who I should trade for. All right, boys? So go watch that next video.